approval of the agenda as presented? Thank you so much. May I have a second? Thank you so much, Sally. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you so much. We'll start off tonight with our FBLA officers.
That's
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
This is one of my favorite parts of this. You know, in our strategic plan, one of the buckets is community partnerships, CTE. And you talk about some future leaders here that are represented. So we're going to take a moment and kind of hear a little bit of what they've accomplished this summer as well. And don't worry, they'll be back later in the school year to kind of give an overview of some of the things they're doing this year.
Okay. My name is Daryl Julo, and I'm joined tonight by Lainey Tate. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to speak with you tonight to provide a chapter update on behalf of Atchison High School FBLA.
This past year has been one of growth, development, and success and national recognition for our chapter. At the end of last school year, we were incredibly proud to receive the Gold Champion Chapter Award, the highest level of recognition available through the FBLA National Center.
To give you some context on that, the Champion Chapter program is a year-long challenge where chapters nationwide complete engagement activities focused on leadership, service, education, and growth. Based on the number of challenges completed and points earned, chapters receive bronze, silver, or gold. Our chapter reached gold, which places us among the top performing chapters in the entire country.
This award recognizes chapters that go above and beyond in member engagement, community impact, and leader development. We're proud to say that the hard work of our students paid off, and this recognition reflects the effort of every single member.
In June, we hosted a fundraising night at Services Brewery here in Atchison. It was a fun and very successful night, and thanks to the support of the community, we were able to help raise funds for our trip to the National Leadership Conference in Anaheim, California.
At the end of June, 4 members qualified to travel to Anaheim to attend the National Leadership Conference for FBLA. Over the course of 3 days, we participated in competitive events, attended leadership workshops, and even worked in an internship throughout the conference. In this internship, we worked in 3 different areas: programming, competitive events, and operations. This entailed things like setting up award ceremonies and practicing with the national officer team. Also, working with the registration and welcome tables, hosting and assisting the guest speakers, and assisting judges in the national championships for competitive events.
Along with the business trip to California, we also had the chance to explore California, spending time at the Santa Monica Pier, Disneyland, and just soaking up Anaheim. It was an unforgettable experience that blended leadership and fun.
Our attending members were myself, Daryl, senior Desiree Lowry, and recently graduated senior Brooklyn Kelly. One of the biggest highlights for both Atchison High School and Kansas FBLA was Brooklyn's recognition on the national stage, not once, but twice.
She was first honored as part of the Who's Who in FBLA event, representing the entire state of Kansas, and then again for completing her Business Achievement Awards capstone project, which is one of the most challenging accomplishments in our organization. We are proud to call her a product of our local chapter.
Then, in late July, 4 of our members attended the Summer Leadership Seminar in Emporia, Kansas. This one-day event is designed to energize students for the year ahead. They heard from keynote speakers, participated in hands-on leadership training, and made important connections with members of other chapters across the state.
Looking ahead, we have a full year of activities planned for our chapter. One of the most impactful events we host is Reality U, which will take place at Atchison High School on October 20th. This event is a financial literacy simulation for sophomores and 8th grade students. Students receive a profile based on a future career and learn how to manage real-world expenses like rent, childcare, transportation, and insurance.
Reality U helps students understand the cost of living, the importance of budgeting, and the long-term impact of educational choices. It's always eye-opening for students, and FBLA is proud to host this event this year. We want to invite all of you to come and observe, or even volunteer if your schedule allows. It is a full-day event, and we'd love your support.
Next, we'll be sending a group of members to the National Fall Leadership Conference in Phoenix, Arizona, from November 6th to the 7th. This 2-day event includes workshops, keynote speakers, networking opportunities, competitive training sessions, which are all designed to grow students' leadership.
On December 9th, our chapter will take part in the annual Business Day field trip to Kansas City. This tradition includes both professional experiences like business tours and panel discussions, and a fun group activity to encourage chapter building.
And then on January 30th, we'll attend the district competition at Pleasant Ridge High School. This is where many of our members get their first taste of FBLA competition. It's a great entry-level opportunity for students to present their projects, take skill-based tests, and earn awards while developing confidence and professionalism.
And finally, in March, we'll attend the State Leadership Conference in Topeka from March 29th to the 31st. This is a high-stakes, high-energy conference where members compete for a chance to advance to nationals, which will be held next summer in San Antonio, Texas.
This year, we're focusing on deepening our chapter's impact through service, leadership, and real-world preparation. Whether students are competing, volunteering, or traveling, FBLA continues to provide opportunities that prepare them for life beyond high school.
Thank you again for your continued support of career and technical student organizations like FBLA. With your help, we're preparing the next generation of business leaders, starting right here at Atchison High School.
We appreciate your time this evening and would love to answer any questions you have.
Such a great organization. Yes, it is.
Well, and as amazing as these young people are, we also know it doesn't happen without an amazing students.
Right.
So I definitely want to include Ms. Hutchinson in this, as well as all the other teachers in the high school.
Thank
Well,
you.
tell us real quick what year you are this year,
We are both juniors.
juniors. And my path has crossed with both of you many times in leadership areas as well as other areas. Daryl also represented Atchison Rotary at the Rotary Youth Leadership Award for a week in Lawrence this summer, so congratulations on that. Both of them have resumes that are pretty astounding already, and they still have their junior and senior year to go.
Right.
So what are some other things that both of you do at Atchison High School besides FBLA?
K's, cross country, basketball, United Champions.
Stuco, K's, I do golf as well. We're both in NHS, I think, as well.
Awesome.
CTE, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. You're just outstanding. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good. Okay, next, we have a report from Jay and David about our bond report.
So,
update.
absolutely. Another part of our strategic plan is this ongoing communication and updating. And so as we really truly implement the strategic plan that was adopted last year, want to revisit continuously on how this is going. So ask facilities to kind of come and do the report for this month on all things bond and beyond, so to speak.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello, Jay.
Just a short little presentation, a little slideshow for everybody to see what their tax dollar went to on baseball, each scenario, and side view shots of the baseball field. There was some there was the construction work on the football field as it was in the process of getting the base put in. And as you can see, the slow progress that took place laying the carpet grass, the turf, I mean. And as that progressed, you can see how all of it is pulled together as it stands now. It is a great looking field.
Yes, it is.
We've had a lot of compliments on it so far, and I tell you that we should be proud of it.
Yes, we are very proud.
And they're playing their first JV game on it
Today.
Right now. So that's a plus right there. People are going to get to see it and really get to enjoy it. The first picture on your top left is an inset of the new band room with the new carpeting, ceiling. The cabinets were all replaced from one room to the other. And the chorus room, there's just a small little snippet of part of the room where we've got some storage in one corner there, and in the top right corner, that is our newly constructed band storage area. As you walk in the student entrance, you're going to see a new place where they'll be able to store their uniforms, hats, shoes, and any extra large instruments that need to be stored. Now we have the safe and secure entry started at the high school. That ceiling looks wonderful. The lighting, have you ever driven by there at night? It looks great.
It does.
The letters and everything on the side of the building really stand out with the lighting.
Whoops, sorry, Joe, my apologies.
No, that's all right. And as you can tell, we've moved over to the elementary school now, and that's our new front entry right top left. And on the top right, it looks like we have our new nursing offices, and they're really, really impressed with that. And to the left, bottom left, is our new conference room for the admins to use. In the front entry of the office, you can walk in. When you get into the office, you will see that. It's just the elementary wall right there. Is one of those video?
And a couple of ones back, no, this is
Okay.
one of the ones we could
Okay.
get to rotate.
And the second one is just a short picture. I didn't have all the lights on as you walk down the hallway to the principal's office. So that turned out fantastic. I think everybody's really getting the hang of how the flow is going to go through and get the basic secure feeling out of it. So when you walk in, you got to be double checked in.
Yes.
To do any business at all. So, and now we are at pre-K. I don't know if you've all had a chance
So
to go
cute.
see it.
It's so cute.
It is,
Yeah.
that turned out super. That whole wall where
Just, yeah.
there's nothing but for the kids to enjoy. And that new arch entryway, super duper. And then there's a couple other pictures of their general common room there where they'll do luncheon activities, and the classroom on the bottom right where they have their little cubbies and enjoy their classrooms. This is the mechanical room at the elementary school where we had installed new circulating pumps, 2 new boilers, and we actually snuck the hot water heater out of that too, so that was in desperate need of being replaced. And we
We
should.
didn't hear super duper there.
Pardon me?
We didn't hear super duper there.
That one kind of crept up on us out of the blue. And here's an overview of some rooftop air conditioners being set, removed, and in the white, if you see the whitish shaded areas of the roofing, those are our newly roofed sections of the high school, the top left, bottom, center. The top right corner is actually the chiller area where a new chiller is being set at the current time, as this photo was taken by our pilot of the drone, so we can get these wonderful pictures to you tonight. There's a section of the elementary school, the library unit, had just been lifted off, and they're getting ready to put the new curbing on for that unit to go on. And the bottom right picture, if you see the white section at the rear of the roof of the elementary, those are the 2 sections that got replaced this year in the current roofing plan. Which hopefully with all of the savings that we have from some of these projects, we will be able to continue to do another phase that really desperately we need to do. But it won't probably take place till spring because this is all booked up. So we will plan that with some of the savings that we incurred with those projects. And leading into some of the savings and some of the monies that we need to use, we still have to look into the culinary project that wasn't completed this year, and there was really no real time to do that with everything that was going on. We had culinary that didn't get done, nothing to the weight room, And the field house is still in the back burner to try to improve on that. But we're still doing that with the pending money that we have. And let's see, we did a punch list walk with McGowan last week to kind of point out our concerns that we have with some of the loose ends that didn't get tidied up yet. They're working with us to get it tidied up as soon as possible. But we also have another issue that it was an overlooked situation with some of our pumps at the middle school. The contractor, I don't know how they overlooked it. They walked through the room several times and didn't include it in the scope of the project. But we have a plan that with some of the savings that we plan on doing those along a few at a time just to get them back up to stuff.
And the pumps are for HVAC?
The heating and cooling, there's four chilled water pumps up in the main English building and 4 heating pumps that circulate the water, pull it up from the boiler room, send it out through the system and return it back to the boiler room. So somehow those got missed on their schedule and scope of work, but we're gonna remedy that. And I'm gonna turn it over to Dave and let him do some future needs that we hope to accomplish.
Yeah, thank you. As you can see from the pictures, there's still quite a bit of roofing that we need to be focused on. I don't have a lot. The superintendent asked me to just speak on some future stuff that aren't necessarily our expectations that we have every year. Some of the areas that have been brought to my attention is the retaining wall in the middle school that goes down 5th Street and then along Santa Fe is in pretty dire shape. The other one is the wall that surrounds the bleachers at the football stadium. It's starting to have a lot of facial, I don't know what you call it, facade of it starting to crumble. So those are some future expenses that we're gonna have to pay attention to that we don't intend to yet, but they'll be coming up. We recently are starting to investigate a possible plumbing issue at the middle school. I'm sure some of you have noticed that there's a pretty good smell when you get down towards the gym. So we brought in a company today and we're gonna work with them and another company to test our plumbing, our sewer plumbing at the north end of the middle school and see what's what and stuff. So all that stuff that's underground type of stuff doesn't get a lot of attention. You guys are aware of the fire panel issue at the elementary school. That was obviously something we were starting to work on, trying to figure out a plan for that, and then we held off with construction going on. Thought we'd wait until the end, but now we realize that we couldn't do that. The construction put it added pressure on that fire panel. And in return of that, we've been having multiple issues with the fire panel at the middle school. It's up and running, we're doing well, but we have had expense at that fire panel already this year. Along with the fire panels, the elevators in all of our schools are getting up there in age, and we've been putting more and more money into repairs on our elevators, as some of you have been aware of. And so one of the things that I'm going to pursue and ask for is the possibility of service agreements for elevator systems and our fire panels. We do not have anything for those right now, so we pay out the arm to get a technician out here. And there's no annual inspection or checks that are done on those systems with a professional company at this time, and I'd like to see that hopefully extend some of our life on some of our elevators and fire panels as we fix them. So that's pretty much all I came with. You guys have any questions?
I do have one thing I told somebody I'd ask about. First of all, overall, how are the temperatures in the building? I know back to school night, it was at the elementary school was warm. I had somebody today say, I wish that auditorium would be a little bit warmer. It is so freezing. Bring a blanket if you come see Wizard of Oz. So I'm sure that's happening throughout the district, but.
Our control company is diligently working on it.
Okay, it's being addressed.
Yeah, we still don't have any control over our building management
Oh,
system.
wow.
We can see some of it. They're starting to get the stuff populated on the computer that I can actually go in and see temperatures and stuff. But if I have problems that I know of, I notify Lippert immediately and then tell them to fix it. Since I can. So I try
So
to
you're
stay
aware
on
of
top
all
of
of
it
that.
as I can. And they're actually doing the balancing as we speak at the elementary school of the HVAC system there. And they'll be moving on to the other buildings as time goes. So,
Thank you for
Sure.
all that you do.
I mean, one thing we all know just from our personal homes, but it's always good to review, is that the things that are the most expensive are never the things you see, like the top of your roof, right? Like your HVAC systems, all of that. And so the thank yous that were on the slide were sincere.
Yes.
To thank you to our community for supporting the bond and being able to upgrade some of those things. And as we continue to have to talk about things like roofing and elevators and fire panels, those are the things that don't always sound fun, but are so necessary, for our kids. So thank you, Jay. And then I think Jay's going to come back and talk a little bit about the property.
Next, we're going to talk about 620 Atchison Street.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, right now, it's in the hands of the property owner right now. I have not heard a response from him. He does have a copy of the contract on him. He said he was gonna review it. I don't know where it stands right now. I think everybody here is probably wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
As soon as we hear something, we will let you know. I don't know what the holdup is, whether he's maybe changed any mind, I don't know.
So as a review, for those of us in June, an opportunity was presented and approved to purchase a house on Atchison Street. However, the purpose of that property was not identified. And so a discussion about perhaps setting up a subcommittee of the board to give some recommendations, to get some ideas of how that property could best be used.
But eventually it's intended to be green space.
Right, with the other property that we already own.
Right.
Yeah, we had brainstormed some ideas, but nothing definite. And,
Right, and
you know,
that's-
we
yeah.
even talked about renting it, but do we really want to be landlords? Yeah.
I
So,
think that should be.
it was a thought. It was a fleeting thought.
So we'll look forward to having a committee. I have heard from the property owner, and he was going to be bringing the papers this afternoon, but got called away, so he'll bring them in the morning.
Perfect. You're
Yeah.
one step ahead of me. And
Yeah. Well, I just heard that tonight, so not too far ahead, Jay.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Green space was its final intention.
Yeah. Do we want to make a motion to create that committee?
That
Do
is,
we need a motion for that? Or can't we do we need a motion to make a committee?
I would like,
Okay.
you need it on open record if you're going to do a subcommittee of the board.
Sure.
So, Madam President, I move that we create a facility subcommittee of the Board of Education to discuss and make recommendations for the property located at 620 Atchison Street that was approved for purchase in June of 2025. We suggest that the subcommittee consist of 2 board representatives appointed by the Board of Education, 1 district representative appointed by the superintendent, and 1 teacher representative appointed by A&EA. Second.
I'll second. Thank you so much. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you so much. It passes unanimously. I was thinking we needed to have the committee after we had the
Oh,
papers in hand. That's what I was thinking, but
hopefully it's.
hopefully it's gonna go. So that's
So-
awesome.
As board members, the 2 board members that would be on this committee, as a board, we're going to discuss who you would like to serve on that, or volunteers, no's, goes. How is,
I am happy to serve as long as we meet before the end of December.
In December?
Yeah.
that's where you rotate off?
Do you want to? Okay, great. So Sally and Diane, thank you so much for being on that committee. And then we'll get with A&EA
And I have reached out to A&EA's leadership on that, and so they were going to bring it up to their executive board. And then I will facilitate that and get a district representative and get someone
Sounds good. That's a good way to approach it. Thank you for that.
Very much. Are there any public
We go
interests?
No.
Okay. All right, the next order of business is the approval of the consent agenda as presented. May I have a motion for that, please?
So move.
May I have a second? Any discussion on any of those items? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you so much. It does pass unanimously. Our action item tonight is going to be the visitor safety procedure that Mrs. Honeywell's been working on, and it's really great, so.
Yep, we visited about this at the last board meeting, so to go with our nice new shiny offices, we want to make sure they're safe and secure, but they're only going to be as safe and secure as the policies and procedures that we implement. And so this won't be a formal policy change, but we'd like to add this to our website, just kind of explaining the practices that we're using, mainly in terms of getting identification of any visitors who enter the building, so we can do some screening and just making sure that it's a safe place for kids. We made a couple language changes based on your recommendations and discussion at the last meeting.
Is it working?
Very thorough.
From what we've heard, yep.
I haven't heard anything negative about it, so.
I think people have appreciated actually being asked to wait and double check. So most people are very understanding of that. They appreciate that their kids are being kept safe.
Yeah, I had going to the grade school, where I have a kiddo, and it ran very smoothly.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah. Yep. All right, well, seeing that, I'm back, my computer went back, I had to go find it again, I apologize. I would call for a motion to approve that policy or the updated policy.
I move that we approve the updated visitor safety procedure policy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any discussion? I will say, I just feel like this gives everyone the same procedure in every building. It's not different in this building, different in that building, and I think we needed that. So I'm really thankful for all the work on that, so thank you so much. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you so much. That does pass unanimously. Next, we don't have any items for discussion or consideration, so we will head into executive session for executive session to discuss employment recommendations and employment performances. If you would read that motion, I'd appreciate it.
Madam President, I move that the board recess into an executive session to discuss the following subjects: employees' employment performances, employment recommendations. The justification for this executive session is to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel pursuant to the non-elected personnel exception under KOMA. The open meeting will resume in the Board of Education Community Room at, how much time would we like? Let's just say 6:46 then.
And we're going to ask Laura to join us back in the meeting. I have a second. Is there any discussion on any of that? Thank you so much. If you pass, raise your right hand, please. Thank you so much. Passes unanimously. We'll see you guys in 15 minutes.